Hi, everybody. So, I'm doing a session for Amanda today. This is a 30-minute journey, healing, and wisdom session. And she is requesting an energetic upgrade and whatever my spirit guides choose to help with today. So, I'm just going to relax here. And Amanda, thank you so much for your open mindedness to share this openly on YouTube. So, I'm going to go ahead and relax and get connected with your spiritual atmosphere. Wow, it's really quick for me to connect with you. A little bit of a swirl that goes from the back of my neck on upward, actually. So it's like a little windy swirl that comes like that. I see your face. I see your face in black and white. I see you looking at your face. I see you looking at it, looking at your face. But it's in black and white, it's not in full color. Ah, there's like I'm looking down and I'm frowning, and it's all in a photograph, like a black and white photograph. So here we see a black and white photograph of you, and then we see black and white photograph of you, and you're sort of trying to, it's like it's a mirror of some kind, you're looking into your face more. And now the black and white photograph is like you looking down and like sad face. Hmm. Okay. So the photograph would be against a wall. It's an energy space, but it's beams of gray, black, and white. And then way down, a long ways, there is a bright light. And from that light creates these black, gray, and white beams of light that create what is the effect of a wall of some kind. And then the photograph is on the wall. So it's also connected to these rays of black, gray, and white light. And then there's just a pinpoint of light a long ways down. There's no getting out of this. There's no getting through this. There's no getting over this. These are the feelings and the thoughts that hit me immediately as I examine the space. I'm trapped, I'm stuck in a world that is like this. Not in a world that is in technicolor and full of life, but in a world that is black, gray, and white. And that the light that creates all the colors, so to speak, to me, it only creates black, gray, and white. And I perceive that this is the truth. I live in this reality, and that creates a disappointment in me. And I feel also that there's no real way to change it. Can't change this. Frustration, as I experience you getting much shorter, much smaller. And my spirit guides say, is it frustration, Abbey? And I say, nah, I don't think frustration, because frustration is like, I'm fed up with it. This is more like not fed up with it, but also not approving of it either. The intensity isn't overwhelming, but it is noticeable. There are tints of it. My spirit guide says, so there is a tint of emotion. And emotion then can create other colors. So perhaps color isn't from light as we think it is, but it comes from emotions. And emotions make us colorful people. Emotions create color in the universe. Perhaps it's emotion to begin with that created color in the first place, before the human being could ever be created in order to have an emotion to contemplate it with. You're still stuck in a world of black, gray, and white, and you're sitting down and you're kind of like waiting. It's like you're waiting, and you take this picture off the wall and you see what you look like, and you feel that this is you. All the while, there's a numbness inside your heart, and there's a numbness here inside the mind. And I just want to lay down, zone out. But your soul asks me to remove what is a heaviness from your face, a heaviness from your throat, a heaviness from your heart and your emotion. It's actually like a heavy draped item, and over top your head, your face, like it's just kind of a heaviness draped there. But it doesn't necessarily drape into the emotions, although it's lightly draped into there, but it's really heavy in the heart, the throat, and the head. I've got to get you actively experiencing something beyond this, because part of your consciousness resonates with this reality. It resonates with this conversation as a part of the truth, as the truth. That life feels then black, gray, and white. And so in a way, our feelings do create color. So what is it about your feelings that are manifesting the spectrum of color of your reality to be black, gray, and white? What is going on within your feelings? But it's oddly enough also within your heart. But I have to do something to like, go, 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 go. Stop this. You have too much time on your hands to be feeling like gray. You have too much time on your hands to be feeling this way. Because you need to be filling in your life with bright, vivid, happy, emotionally happy, love-based experiences. And to receive them as this as well. Receive them as gifts of love and technicolor. You're pretty stubborn about it, and your heart is just... I'm surprised that your heart has so much resistance. Why would your heart be resisting what is love? Why would your heart be resisting that? Because love is technicolor. Love is... They keep showing me really beautiful flowers in bloom in all different colors, and they're really bright. And they smell lovely, and I just keep accessing them all around, but that's only if you choose to see how bright the colors are, to smell the flowers, to notice them. How often when we feel kind of low down here, do we not notice all the bright and vivid color there is in this world? You know, but when we feel in love, for instance, everything is alive. We love rainy days even, because even rainy days are extraordinary things when we're in love. That when we feel kind of down, gloomier, we don't notice how bright and beautiful the world is. And something is jammed in your heart here, that the heart itself is just like, nah, just don't feel it today. Just don't feel it right now. Why in the world would the heart be saying that? Like, the heart is always like, give me more of that, give me more of that. And it's in here that is there is the resistance. So why is there resistance in your heart? You're so, you say something very kind to me. I don't know how to translate that, but it was like, thank you, Abby. I just simply thank you for just saying that. I was like, wow, you are picking up on the technicolor. You are picking up on the love. You just came out of nowhere and it said that in the most sweetest, most calm and peaceful way possible. It was so cool. It was so cool. You even came and gave me a hug. It was like, oh, heart is functioning here. So what is going on? Even still, there definitely is a jam in your heart. But we're kind of wiggling it out the more that we choose to interact with love and connection and hugs and simplicity and smelling the flowers and letting go of too much complex thinking. Too much complex thinking that gets intertwined with too much complex emotion. And now that is what manifests the black, gray, and white world. because we need to simplify everything down to love and allow love then to be the only thing that is real, and the heart to be that portal of influence in your life. Your heart. If your heart was a flower, literally like a really bright yellow flower, and it doesn't have to be massive like a sunflower, it could be tiny, like a little plant with lots of little yellow flowers, but like really bright yellow, radiant, beckoning you to say hello, beckoning you to even touch the petals, beckoning you to see it. If your heart was a flower, what would the flower of your heart say that it would like to experience today? And we're not saying what does Amanda want to experience today. We're saying what does the flower of Amanda's heart want to experience today? This actually, you have to do this exercise. So you have to actually ask the flower of your heart what it wants to experience today. This is transforming the frequency of your heart. I feel it getting a lot warmer and a lot softer. A lot more breathability here. There's not such a clenching kind of feeling here in the back of the head and the neck region. Letting go of some emotional sorrows, just kind of around the head, but it comes out face forward as well. It's also felt in the heart, but it feels like improvement. You're pretty stiff. Your body feels like it needs more happy activities. Like the bones feel stiff. It feels like you need to go out and dance sometime and sing karaoke. Like you need to do something random and goofy and fun and something you probably wouldn't want to do on the regular. Like I don't know what the resistance is, but this is like you need to just do something like that. Or you're expressing yourself as a goofball because it would actually be very healing for your body to have that experience. You need to be goofier because you're almost too straight and narrow, and we're getting too complex. We're getting immersed in too much complexity, and the world is getting like black, it's black and white, and there's a little gray area sometimes. And it's like, oh God, are we reading like a million books on the law right now, 1,000 pages a piece? I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I need goofiness. If I'm going to read the law books, I need goofiness. I need to go stand on my head and laugh hysterically like I just lost my mind. And that's the only way that I'm actually going to be able to be myself in this world, because I got to have technicolor. I have to have vivid experiences. I need to laugh. I need to feel weird sometimes. I need to be unpredictable for myself and for others. I need that because there's something about your demand or your energy balance that also it needs you to be like that. It just needs that right now. It needs a sippy cup of the odd, but you have to actually behave in that manner. You actually have to behave in that manner. Not look at other people, but you have to be the oddball. You got to be a goofy person. And they say even if you just chose to skip, like actually go to a nature trail and just chose to skip literally for like, I don't know, 1 minute, just 1 minute, and just skip and feel so weird about this and do it in front of a lot of people and nobody really understands what the hell you're doing because you're skipping and nobody skips. And you're going to smile and you're going to feel weird and you're going to notice it, but this is actually going to heal you because your spiritual atmosphere is feeling like black and white, and then there's a little gray area, and it's way too complex and it's taking things too seriously, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. And the only way to make it stop is for you to choose to be the complete opposite of that. To be complete opposite of that. Now go pretend you're the Mad Hatter, and that will clear everything out. That's like your number one medicine here. Mad Hatter medicine. Man. A lot lot of heaviness centralized in the heart region, a lot of heaviness. I was just like, that's kind of always like slow motion though with it. It's like, that's the energy I'm experiencing right now. And I feel it in your heart. Just letting it happen here. It's just like it keeps doing it, and it's like around the face, the throat, and it's like a heaviness. It's like a heaviness, and it's really centralized around this area, but it goes into the emotions too. It goes all the way down, but it's like really heavy in the heart, the throat, and the mind. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like I'm having a crazy, like it was gnarly. It was like, wow, man. It was freaking like me out, dude. It was freaking me out. It was so out there. Dude. That's also happening right now. I feel like I'm having some sort of like wild trip. Like I'm just one of those types, you know. It was far out. I mean, it brought perspective. It was out there. It's like I saw trolls for real, man. And there was colors, and they were spinning, and they were right there. They were right there, dude, and the trolls were singing. I'm telling you, they were talking to me. They were singing to me. It was out there. I feel like I found myself for the first time. That's also going on in here. Believe it or not, that is valuable because your complex attorney style. I've been in the library for too long thinking about way too many ridiculous, a billion different rules. Like, too much complexity needs. It's like, how is that supposed? That actually is creating an influence for attracting something totally the opposite to happen. But this actually is real. This far out troll, I met the trolls moment is also real. But it's also not working with love. Believe it or not, none of this stuff is actually working with love. It is not. Zero of it is. Zero of it is. Only when you choose to ask your yellow flower within your heart that is the yellow flower what it would like to do, how it would like to live its life today, will you actually find love and discover the meaning of love. Only when you do that, Amanda, are you going to truly know what love is all about, and experience it on that level. Man, there's just, I'm telling you, I'm literally like, there's a world of energetic jam, because there's too much thought involved, and there's too much problem solving. There's too much, I mean, that is your part of your identity, but harmonically, you are a soul and you're not a human. So the more you choose to be human, the more complex, the more drained, the more heavy, the more stressful your life is going to become, because the ego struggles with balance. The ego is all about survival, and then it tells you when you do something right, it tells you didn't do it good enough. It's constantly judging you, it's putting you down, it's telling you this, that, and the other thing. It's freaking you out. You're going into a fear-based reality. Oh my God, I need a break. I'm freaking out again. Okay, I'm trying to tell myself how to relax here. It's like, that is totally anti-love right there. That so many of us do that. But you're actually, what is like your natural inclination is to have like a smart mind about you that is analytically processing so much information. Like, they keep showing me a massive super library full of law books, and that's your mind for some reason, and it creates a lot of black, white, and gray. And so it's like, but then when we have like an alternative experience that is like creating technicolor to inspire balance, it's still not love. Because the attorney book isn't love. It's just too much thinking involved. It's like way too much thinking involved. wait, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We got to go into what true love is all about. And I'm actually pulling out your true love essence because it's like caked in, it's like baked inside of like a space, a world of goopy law book energy, black, white, gray, etc. It's caked in, it's baked inside of it. So I'm literally pulling out your energetic essence out of that. Pulling you out, I'm pulling you out. We're getting you out of there. You don't need to be in there anymore. No, you don't. You don't need to be in there anymore. So you just pull you out of there. See? Gosh, you're coming out, by the way. You're coming out into a real emanation of love. And I feel it. Feels good. So we're still separating you from that other place. Separating you. Separation. You need a break. You seriously need a break of real love. Like real love experiences. And I'm talking like an entire 3 months walking through a garden of flowers every single day with no TV or internet or anything. And you just talk to the flowers and you listen to what the flowers have to say back to you. And it's fragrant and it's full and blooms and color and awesome smells and birds and butterflies and bumblebees and all kinds of crazy insects, and it feels good. Separate yourself from what is preventing you from experiencing what is the 3 month time in the garden, because that is what your normal balance should emanate. Everywhere you go in life, whether you're grocery shopping, whether you're on the road trip or you go into work or whatever in your relationship, it should always emanate on the same vibration as you having hung out in a garden for 3 months without any television, without any updates on the latest terror. It should always feel like that, because the flowers aren't trying to find out what the latest terror is. The flowers aren't trying to find out anything. They just want to bloom for you. They just want to love you. They just want to receive your love in return, and that makes them bloom even more vibrantly. They just want to share their fragrance with you. That's love. That's real love. That's real love. You're just too wonderful. You're just, like I'm telling you, you got all of this dynamic, which makes you special. And all this dynamic, you get really lost in it. You get really lost in a complex thinking world. But your emanation is really absolutely beautiful to experience it. It's enriching, it's warm, it's sensitive, it's so sweet. When I can hear that harmony of you, God, if you could only hear your harmony, you would fall in love with yourself. You would actually say, that is me? That actually is me? And the universe would say, yeah. It wasn't the library of the law books, and it wasn't black, gray, and white. None of that is actually you at all. So whenever you're in that world, you're not being yourself, believe it or not. Because the real you is absolutely an enchanting music box of harmony, and it brings tears to our eyes. That's how beautiful your song is. And the only way you'll access that song is when you need a reminder in the garden for 3 months. You need a vacation, you need space, but happy space. But happy space that is really not naturally connected. Even going to the zoo, I mean, there's something about doing something. Not everybody approves of zoos, but there's something beautiful about seeing animals that you would never see before, and appreciating their energies and their personalities, and just connecting with nature and with animals, going through an animal shelter and just petting the dogs or the new baby kittens or something like this. I don't know what it is. I keep getting these pictures of participating with animals, and then gardens. So somewhere where you could kind of take a little fun moment to connect with animals and nature, and that will bring you back into your harmony as your identity. And I'm telling you, you're going to you're going to be way more in balance with everything going on in your life. You're going to make super wiser decisions because the decisions are actually emanating from within you. They're not coming from your super smart mind, but they're emanating from within you. And that's more powerful, believe it or not, more powerful. It's kind of crazy because I recently did a channeling with Archangel Raziel and on my other YouTube channel, and he talks about he talks about how wisdom is silent. And a lot of people think that you have to talk in order to understand things, in order to become wiser. But he says wisdom is silent. And so when you are silent, you become wiser without knowing anything about what type of wisdom you are experiencing right now, but you become wiser because you're receiving the wisdom and you are accepting that it comes without sound. So sometimes when we quiet the mind down of all the I have to figure this out, I've got to solve this, I got to calculate, I got to discover, I need to know what's beneath the surface. Oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Oh my blah 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 blah, yeah, going all the time. That is making too much noise. Now we can't access the wisdom that comes from silence. And we're not talking about, I mean, you can be silent, but sometimes there's active silence, like walking through the garden without choosing to think about anything going on in your life right now. You just let it all go and you just use your eyes and your heart and your other senses in order to absorb and to appreciate and to enjoy the aspects of creation. And that then is going to really heal you, really boost you, Amanda, make you more powerful, even better decision maker, because the wisdom that is silent is actually promoting this, influencing this without you realizing it, because you didn't hear it, but you received it, okay? Your inner essence is saying thank you to me, that you really needed this. You're just so sweet. Really, really sweet. You needed somebody to tell you to slow down, and you needed somebody to tell you to take a break from your mind. You needed somebody to tell you to step away. That's what it's like. Just continuing to breathe off what is just energy that's coming up to the surface. We're just allowing it to leave. We're just allowing it to let go. It's dense. It's all just, I mean, where's it coming from? It just feels like it's seeping out of everywhere. It's just seeping out all over you. And it's seeping out from front and back, and it's just like gushing out, like you could squeeze the sponge and all the water comes out. It's like somehow there's like a energy squeeze, and all this like black, which is really like a brownish color goo is just like gooing out like mud or something. It's just mudding out all over you. And it's dense, but it feels good to just let that out. It feels good to let that go. You actually, this one is something you could have done on your own. Just by saying, I'm going to let go of everything right now. And I'm going to let it go tomorrow, and I'm going to let it go the next day. I'm going to let it go for 1 week. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to answer any phone calls. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to look at it. And I'm going to look at and talk about and watch and anything that has nothing to do with whatever the stressor is. So just taking a break. And this mud that's gushing out is a reflection of you stepping away and you giving yourself permission to take time off. It's still gushing out, and it feels really good. I need to, I'm like running out of time here, so it's like so we're letting go of all of this energy stuff. You don't need it. It's like carrying around a lot of extra baggage. You don't need it at all, zero of it. And I want to replace it. Like, I want to put, like, you need to think positively about everything. And you need to see the bright side of everything, the colorful side of everything. And anytime you feel there's a negative thing, we need to flip it around to see what is the positive side of that, and only digest positive influences, positive ideas, positive motivations. Because when you welcome that frequency in, you start to feel brighter and more like a rainbow within yourself, and you emanate that, and that's actually aligned with your real harmony. The real harmony is very much so very warm and sunny. It inspires the flowers to grow and to bloom and to share their fragrances. You inspire this. But you'll only be able to do that when you let go of all the mind sort of mind control, the sort of like complex thinking, black and white. There's a little gray area. There's like, so it's kind of like that. But we need positive, positive, positive. You need to say 5 positive things, but not from your mind. Don't let your mind come up with it. The flower inside your heart, I want the flower to say 5 positive things to you today. The flower in your heart. Ask the flower in your heart, what are 5 positive things that would be very nurturing for me to hear right now? One of those things would be, Amanda, you're doing an amazing job with everything that you put your heart into and your mind into, and your amazing problem solving skills. You're doing an amazing job. So anything else, we're going to let go of that, and we're going to choose to know the only thing that is real is the truth, that you are doing an amazing job. The flower inside of your heart is saying that to you right now. The flower inside of your heart is saying, if I could give you a hug forever, I would hold you so close, and I would absorb every teardrop from your memories, and past and present, every sadness you fear of the future. I will absorb it and transform it into more flowers for you, because I love you. The flower of your heart says that. Do you see how true love gives us permission to let go of anything else? And that other stuff isn't real. It's sticky and it's scoopy and it's the illusion. So that's all I can share. All right, Amanda, I'm going to just disconnect here from your spiritual atmosphere. So I'm almost fully disconnected here. Now disconnected from Amanda's spiritual atmosphere. All right. That was really interesting and fun. I never know what I'm going to see. I never know what I'm going to experience. Thank you so much for sharing this with me, Amanda, and for sharing it with the world too. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in connecting with me through a one-on-one psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. I do sessions by private recorded video, or we could share it over YouTube if you want to. You don't have to. And then I also do live sessions through Zoom. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful day.